Hey, it's David Beckham back in my office. It's the midweek update. We've actually got a few sales that have gone out since Monday. Not too bad. Looking at a pretty good week. Matter of fact, we're over $200 already, and we have 6 sales. So that's a little better than we were last week. I'm also going to talk a little bit today about how AI is teaching me about blue jeans. So let's get into it. So like I was saying, we had a few sales already that have gone out, actually 6 sales. We had a couple that went out yesterday. I'll pop those up on the screen so you guys can see them. But again, kind of started out pretty good. I'm very happy that the week started out this way. Let's hope it finishes strong and we have a better week than we did last week, because last week was much, much better. You know, from part-time, I say this was great. I also want to say that last night, if you haven't had a chance yet to go check us out on Dibdit, dibdit.com, go check us out. We had a fantastic comic book auction last night. Sold a bunch of New Lady Death comics from Coffin Comics. So I picked up a whole bunch of those. Going to be doing it again Thursday night at 7 o'clock Central Time. So if you get a chance, stop out. You can use Breeze Flips. You can get $5 off your first $10 purchase. Makes it kind of fun, and that saves you shipping and a lot of stuff. So take a look at it and come see us and see what we can show you, because we're going to have a lot more Lady Death stuff. So that being said, though, let's take a look real quick and show you what has sold. So the first thing that popped out this week was Monday early, right before I was getting ready to ship, or actually go drop off the shipments. This came in. I sold one of the last, well, not the last one. I still have one more of these pewter plates that I picked up at a garage sale 2 years ago. They've been around for a while, but it's a colonial era pewter hard metal dinner plate. It says Richard King Gracious Street, which is the stamp. At least that's what it shows on there. Ended up selling it for $39.99. And I do believe we get $8.99 shipping on that. I think it actually cost me $9 to ship because this thing went a little ways away. But at $39.99, I'm still making good money. And that's what happens. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose with fixed rate shipping. It's just the way it works. So next thing we sold was a golf club. This was another one of the freebies that I got from the throwaway unit at my daughter's place up in Tuscaloosa. So this is a Cobra Baffler Rail H3 Hybrid 19-inch right-hand graphite, regular flex, 65 gram with the head cover. Sold that for $30, and I think we got $12.99 shipping on that one. So so that was like a freebie. So 0 to 30 bucks, I'll take it. So, and even if I only making $25, I'm still way in the profit. So again, sometimes hats do really well. This week, hats are doing pretty good, actually. This hat has been in my inventory for a while, and I tell you, if anybody could tell me what this logo is, I would be so happy. For a while, when it was really political stuff, I thought Q meant something else, but I don't think it does. I'm sure this is some sort of a team, but it is a hat by the game. It is a one size fits most, so it's a stretch. It is a pro. So I don't know. It's been in there for a while, and I've had so many people looking at it. I was just happy that it sold, because it sold cheap. It's $5.98 and $4.99 shipping, but that bad boy's gone, and that's one more hat that I don't have in my inventory. This was another hat that I thought was kind of cool. Sold this one as well. This is a bear logo outdoor theme hat. Now, I'm almost sure that that logo reminds me of something, but I don't know. It's not really a knockoff hat. It's actually brand new. This came from a garage sale that I picked up last year at the end of the year. The guy was he manufactured promotional products and items, and this is actually one of the items that he had as a sample. So he sold all of his sample hats. So I've been selling them off. I picked them up for, I think $2 each is what I ended up paying for them. This one sold for $10, and we're getting $4.99 shipping. This one right here, I was not sure about, I'll be honest with you. All right, I'm gonna open it up because it doesn't do justice. This thing is, I picked this up, and I didn't pick it up individually, honestly. It was in a pack of something else. I picked up with a whole bunch of stuff at a garage sale. It was in a box. It is called the Wild Vibes Zombies Forever from Spin Master. It's a little doll inside of a coffin looking thing. It's got a little tag. It's got a couple little things. It's a stand in there. oh, it's cute, I guess, you know. But I oddly enough, I kept taking like sending out a lot of offers on it, but it ended up actually selling for $11.99. It will go out with free shipping, so I will make nothing on it. But if I recall, this, like I said, it was in a package of stuff that I bought, or a big box of stuff. So my cost on this is way less than $1. So whatever I make on it, I don't care. It's not in my inventory anymore. Last thing that we sold, and I'll pull this out here. So one of my actual favorite ones, actually, this one is another graded comic, and it is, let's see if I can get it without a glare. There we go. This is Moon Knight #1. It's got a CGC rating of 9.8. It's from 2021 Marvel, the Mastrazo version variant. So anyway, this was from the relaunch, and this is it's an Unknown Comics book street level, so you can see it's Unknown Comics. They're pretty popular. They do a lot of unique art stuff. But anyway, I think for all this one, actually I had new. I didn't pay much for the comic. I think I'm into the comic for about $3, and I think the grading for this one, because I had this one graded, it was at that time, because of the special that was going on, I think it was $20. So I'm into this for less than 30, but ended up getting $78.69, and that'll go out with free shipping. So I've been moving all of my graded comics to free shipping, so I'll make a little bit of money on that one, so it's not too bad. So all told, like I said, we've got $221 in sales so far. So I'm happy. It's a good week. I like it when you're halfway through the week and you're at a little over half of where you were last week. I'm not going to complain, right? So one of the things that we have talked about a lot too, and I want to cover a couple things today. I actually want to also, talk about a book, and I appreciate there's a few people that went in and bought the Picker's Guide to the picking comic books last week. They went on Amazon and picked them up. Thank you for that. You'd be happy with it. It's a great book. I want to talk about another book that I've been using. Now, I am trying to learn about Star Wars. So again, I am a book reader, right? I like to read. I like to touch the book. Some people don't like that. You can get it on Kindle or whatever. You can read it on your phone if that's what you're more comfortable with. I just like to be able to tag it and look at stuff. But I wanted to kind of show you that this is another book that I'm reading right now that I'm trying to learn about Star Wars toys, because I come across a lot. Now, I have a lot of Star Wars toys that I haven't even listed yet. I picked some up at where was I? It was in Alabama. We were up visiting my daughter, and I picked up a whole bunch of Micro Machine TIE Fighters and X-Wings and little, like all types of different things that were part of that. I don't know a lot about Star Wars. I also picked up some characters, and now I have a good friend, if you know him, you might know him if you've watched a lot of these videos, Death Pile Picker, who knows a lot about Star Wars. He knows them very, very well. So I'm just trying to learn. These are things that I do to try to learn about something new. So I'll either read it in a book, or I'll use ChatGPT AI to try to learn something. And that's a little bit what we're going to talk about here in a minute. But this book is really good. It's not very expensive. It's the Picker's Pocket Guide to Star Wars Toys, and it's comprehensive. It talks about the years, the different movie sets. I actually have this one. I have it. It's not as clean as that, but I do have that one. So different ones that are available, and like different things you can find, different labels. I mean, just so you kind of get a good idea, and it gives you kind of a price at that time, at the time the book was printed. Now, I would always refer back to eBay to see what the going price is, but it does kind of give you a little bit. So as you read through it and you kind of see stuff, these things stick in your head as you start to look. You start to look for some of these characters and different things. That's the way I like to work, but I'm going to put that link in my show notes, and then you'll be able to get to it too. So again, it is a Amazon link, so I might make a little bit of commission. I literally made a little bit of commission, but I appreciate it, every bit of it. And if it helps you, that makes me more happy than the little bit of commission that I get. So let's talk about this. All right. I have always said, and I will say it again, I don't like selling clothes. I've never really liked selling clothes. It's just not my thing. My wife doesn't mind it. She likes clothes. She's been in fashion her whole life, or management or something along that line. So she's always been around retail. So she knows clothes a lot better than I do. My youngest daughter knows clothes better than both of us, and because she's a thrifter, she knows what she's looking for. She finds brands. She does stuff for costume designs for plays and different things. So she knows clothes. I personally don't know clothes. Now, I've read Some stuff, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, but some of that stuff just doesn't stick in my head, especially when it comes to these. All right, these can be pretty good, right? Blue jeans, especially Levi's, Levi Strauss. There's other blue jeans out there that are probably good, and that I could probably use the same thing. But I picked these up a lot and don't pay very much for them. I think this pair we paid $1 for. We were at a thrift sale, a rummage sale for a church this weekend. Fill a bag for $5. I picked up 4 more pair of Levi blue jeans and some other stuff. So, I mean, I was like, I don't know anything about them, but I just know in the back of my head, Levi's typically are going to be good. But there are some Levi's that are really good. And if you understand the labels and how the labels work, then you can pick up and make some pretty good money on them. So I do have, and I do know that at some of the labels, I kind of had in the back of my head, big E, little e. Big E is, I think big E, is it the big E? I can't remember. I think the big E is more vintage. See, this is what I can't remember. And so, so I do know like the orange tab is a lot better than the red tab. It's a lot older. But, you know, if you're out there in a sale, you can use a tool called, ChatGPT. So I have created a prompt, and I'm going to share it with you guys so that you can see it. And I'll also show it to you in action. So I'll pop it up on the screen while I'm doing this. But I created a prompt that would basically just tell me how much it's worth and if it's worth picking up, or if the price is right. So basically the prompt is fairly simple. It goes in and it looks at, you put in 3 pictures. I put in a picture of the, again, I'll show you guys on the phone, but I put a picture of the tag, I put a picture of this tag, and I put a picture of the inside tag on the front. So this tag right here. So it kind of gives an idea where it's made. So I put that in there, put those 3 in there, and then I just put paid, whatever, 50 cents or $1. In this case, I had some jeans that I paid 50 cents for that I ran. And so we'll kind of look through and see. But as you put them in there, you put the 3 pictures in, tell how much you paid, and it's going to kick back the findings for it. So it gives me back, for the instance, the first pair of jeans we show is a model 559 Levi's relaxed fit jeans, waist length, talks about the fly zip, the type, made in Bangladesh, 100% cotton, talks about the small E red tab, which means it's post 1971. WPL 423 is the Levi Strauss company. It's got a multilingual care label on it, so it's referenced probably 2000s or early 2010s production. So we know it's not vintage, but it does kind of give you the resale market. And what I had it come back and tell me, is it worth picking up? So it'll tell me the average sell-through rate, the average price on Mercari, on Poshmark, and on eBay. And it tells me at 50 cents, the estimated retail value is $25 to $33. I have a look net profit after shipping and fees. It'll tell me between $15 and $22. So this is a lot of information, guys. And as you'll see as we go through it, you'll be able to see as well. But you can try it yourself. I mean, hey, grab ChatGPT, throw this prompt in there, and see what it brings back for you, because I think you'll be very surprised at some of the things that you have. You might be able to run some yourself and actually, just practice on them. But again, this isn't the catch-all, the end-all. This is not like the tool that everybody should use. It is a tool, and that is it. If you're trying to learn something you don't know, then ChatGPT is your friend, all right? If you're out there and you have a signal and you can have the time and you can look at it, then I would do it. See, what I have learned when I first started picking, I was pretty green at it. I learned very quickly that I knew eventually I would grab most of the hats that I saw, but I learned after a while that some of the hats they're okay. They're just like run of the mill. They're $9 hats, $8 hats. And if I'm paying $1 or $2 for them, it's not worth it. So I learned after a while to grab the ones that have Made in the USA on the back, or they were Michelin Ness, or they were New Era. They were really good and clean. They had a popular sports team on it. If the Ducks was on it, or somebody that, it's a good, like a team that people liked or were iconic, I grabbed those, right? So I stopped buying every hat and started buying those. So you just, after a while, you learn. I did the same thing with, with toys. I started learning about toys. I've done the same thing with comics. I bought every comic that I could find, and then I realized that's not so smart. And so then I started learning to buy, comics that were 12 cent, 25 cent, looking for the keys, trying to understand it a little bit better, trying to know some of these things. And after a while, I was going to a garage sale. It would take me 30 minutes to get through a garage sale because I was looking up everything, because I was afraid I was going to make a mistake. And honestly, I made a lot of mistakes anyway, right? Because the sell-through rates on some of the stuff I bought was horrible. I wasn't looking up sell-through rates completely while I was there. So I wasn't always looking, saying, oh, there's 100 of these, 100 sold. Great. Just didn't have time for that because it took me a while to look things up. And when there was no signal, I was dead in the water. So I was guessing, right? So I've made some bad guesses too. But as time went on and I did this enough and I've watched enough people, I've learned a little bit more every single time about how and what to look for, and how, which things sell. So I think it's just a matter of time. So like I said, you may not have to use ChatGPT every time you go into a sale, right? But if you see one and you're wondering, it's a great tool for that. Turn it on, take the 3 pictures. And I would always suggest taking the pictures with your regular camera first and then just bring them in the ChatGPT into that prompt and just run them and see. So you can see what the value is on it. You can get a good return, see, is it a good value? If I pay $5 for these jeans, am I gonna make any money? It'll tell you that. So you can kind of figure it out. So I have a lot of these jeans, and I actually have a ton of these. I think we're gonna probably sell them on Dibdit because, like I said, I don't like selling clothes on eBay, and we don't sell in Poshmark and Mercari anymore. So these are probably gonna go on a Dibdit Threads sale pretty soon, which I think they'll do quite well. So they typically, we can get $5 to $10 for a pair of jeans because they're still gonna make money on them too. So I think that's where they're gonna go. But like I said, this is just a tool. I hope it helps you a little bit. It helped me learn. It's helping me learn. So now I'm kind of getting a better idea about at least the numbers, the tags, and the different types of things and what sells. So, but again, you can use this not just for jeans. You can use it for the shirts. You can use it for jean jackets. You can use it for a lot of stuff. On regular blue jeans, you can use it on all kinds. So it is made really to look up anything. As far as you showing it the tags, it's going to give you an idea of what it is. So you could try it on some Lee jeans. I'd be curious to see if you guys tried on some off-brand jeans and see what it does. Because again, it is looking at it, from the information, it's going to pull that together. And every time you use it, it does get a little bit smarter, right? So, which is scary. In 10 years, they may be managing us. Who knows? So anyway, that's my tip for the day. I really do hope that helps. Like I said, it's not a real long video. I'm trying to keep these a little shorter in the midweek. But again, I will leave the link for this. If you guys are interested in Star Wars and learning about some of the different Star Wars toys from the different eras, learning which ones are more valuable, which ones are worth picking up, which ones aren't. And again, this book has a lot of picker's tips in it. So it's a kind of a worthwhile read. It's a fun read. Like I said, it's my evening kind of lay down and read with a book light and go to sleep kind of thing. So it's just something that kind of sticks in your head. It's a lot better than having that phone stare in my face, I guess. So, and use that prompt. Try it out. Try it on some jeans. Tell me what you think, guys. And again, if you guys get a chance, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, go to Dibdit, and if you get there and you do come to my show, just tell me you found me from the YouTube channel, and I would love that. So I've been giving away free Marvel cards and free Lady Death cards during the show. So it's like if you spend over a certain amount of money, you're getting a card. So I gave away a lot of cards last night. So I'll probably do the same thing again on Thursday. So it's a lot of fun, guys. So hope to see you there. If you haven't had a chance, please like and subscribe. I appreciate everybody that's been coming to these, and every day it grows a little bit. And I do get a lot of comments and different things, and I appreciate that. That's part of the fun. The interaction with you guys. I like to learn, and I learn from you guys just as much. I hope that you learn something from me as well. So anyway, hope you're doing great. Hope you're staying safe. I hope your week's great. I'm David Beckham, Breeze Flippers. We'll see ya.